So as you can see, the water level in this tank is completely empty. It drained out all the water. I think because it's sitting so close to that light. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this plant out and scrub the tank out the best that I can. It is nasty. What little bit of water is left in this. Now, unfortunately, these glass tanks are getting drained out all the way with their water, and it's leaving an algae that's on the tank that I can't get off of there without a Brillo pad. So I guess I need to purchase a Brillo pad. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add, I guess a teaspoon, or I might as well go with a couple of teaspoons of each one of these. And actually thinking about it, I believe that this is a 2.5 gallon tank. So I'm going to add twice as much. So instead of 2 teaspoons, I'm going to add 4 teaspoons of each one of the chemicals. Alright, so now I'm just going to put the bubbler back in and put the plant back in. And it might be a little tiny bit too full, but it'll be alright. So the next one is going to be this guy here. Let me see if I can point you at him a little bit better. So this guy here, I'm going to change him out, and the house plant back here. And it would probably be easier to just add fertilizer water to the tank, and cheaper on materials than dumping the tank out and getting all fresh water every week. But I was thinking about it, if I had a pump in here that was circulating the water in each one of the tanks, if I had a pump that was circulating the water, I wouldn't be so concerned about dumping out all the water and putting in new water. Like the fish tank, I only remove a quarter of the water and I replace a quarter of the water, and I clean the glass with the water in it. But we don't have pumps in these, so until I get a pump for each one of my plant tanks, I'm going to keep dumping and replacing all the water. I just ordered some more of this, the 3-bottle set, and it was like $35 for 3 full bottles, so pretty good deal. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take these plants out of here, and I'm just going to try to grab them. There's a couple of heavy parts to the plant, and so I'm just going to try to grab them by that and set them in something so that everything doesn't get all wet. I'm going to take these bubblers out too, of course. And now I can take this and wash this and get it some clean water. And see, this is a perfect example of how to use the fertilizer properly. When you're adding fertilizer to a plant, you want to add it based on how much water you have. So with the smaller tank, that was a 2.5 gallon tank, so the directions on the bottle say that for 1 gallon you're going to use, depending on what life cycle it's in, and I'm calling all of these well, the blueberry and the houseplant I'm calling full veg, and the rest of these I'm calling transitioning into blossom, or I suppose I could go with blooming and ripening at this point. So with the blooming and ripening, it's 1 teaspoon per gallon of the green one, 2 teaspoons per gallon of the purple one, and 3 teaspoons per gallon of the pink one. And that's per gallon, so with the 5-gallon tank, I just multiply that times 5. So it'll be 5 teaspoons of green, 10 teaspoons of purple, and 15 teaspoons of pink. So that's what I'm going to add in here. So I was just reading on the back. I'm not good at conversions, but it does have the US to metric conversions, and teaspoons. A teaspoon is 5 milliliters. A tablespoon is 15 milliliters. So in other words, it's 3 times as much, as far as I can tell. And so if I want 3 teaspoons of the green one, I can just do 1 tablespoon of the green one. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's all mixed up now. I did 5 tablespoons of this one, and I did, I was supposed to do 10, so I did 3 1/3 tablespoons of the purple one and a tablespoon of the green one. So now I'm just going to add the bubblers back in and put the plants back in. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this one, the house plant. Just going to take it out of its little tiny pot here. And it's got a massive root system, but it's pretty easy to get out of the pot still. And I'm going to dump that out and clean it out. Add some fresh water, some fresh fertilizer. Okay, so I'm just going to add the bubbler back in. Add the house plant back in. And this one, I was thinking about it. I think on the other one I did not go with the full veg. I think I went with flowering on this one for some reason. So I did 2 teaspoons per gallon on each. But what I'll do next time is aggressive vegetative growth, which is a lot more of the green one and the purple one. It doesn't give as much of the pink one, which makes sense because you wanted to go into vegetative growth, you want the green one. But anyways, so now I'm going to work on the last one. And this one over here, I have set up on a one of the drawers so that it would hold up the weight. And but I'm going to go ahead and take that out, and I'm going to try to hold it up like I usually do by both ends, the plant and the root end, and see if I can't. Oh my goodness, it's got a huge squash on it. Oh, how cool. I'll show you guys that in a second here. If I can pick it up. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. I've got these bubblers attached. So I've got to detach them so I can pull the hoses through. But there we have it. Still got some hose coming through. Okay. So now we got the roots out on this. And I'll probably just upload a picture later of the squash, but it does have a squash. Good size squash, it's like about that long. Just gonna take the bubblers out, and then I will clean out this water, get it some fresh water, some fresh fertilizer. Okay, so with this one, we're definitely into the blooming and ripening stage. So I'm going to be giving it a lot more pink than the green or purple. It's going to be 3, 2, 1. So 3 pink, 2 purple, 1 green. And because it's 5 gallons, it's 3 times 5, 2 times 5, 1 times 5. So 15 pink, 10 purple, and 5 green. So instead of 15 pink, I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of the pink. And the tablespoon is way bigger than the teaspoon. This is what I was using. It's the teaspoon, now I'm using the tablespoon. And so, because I want 15 teaspoons, I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of the pink one in there. And that should help with the ripening of the fruit. Hopefully I get my shipment of this stuff soon, for next week. So that was the pink one, and now the purple one was 2, which times 5 is 10, which divided by 3 is 3 1/3. So we're going to do 3 1/3 of these. Last but not least, we got, well actually last and least, we got 1 times 5 is 5, divided by 3 is, let's just do 5 teaspoons. Hopefully all this fertilizer will help the blooming of the summer squash. But I would definitely suggest a trellis for the squash because it's definitely weighing down on the plant. What I don't want to do is I don't want to have the plant fall out because it's too top heavy and it falls out and pulls the roots out of the water. So that's why I stood it up on this cabinet. I don't know if I can even do that again the way that I had it. I am grabbing the hoses with the plant. Tough time here, but sit down there like that, and then this guy, I'm going to try to lean over on the tank itself. Ooh. It's really snapped. Try to stand it up on there like that. I gotta plug these bubblers back in. Pop these bubblers underneath those roots. That's why I got, see, that's what I did not want to see happen. But it is what it is at this point. Just the fact that it didn't pull the roots out of the water is a good sign that it'll be fine like that. Yeah, I'm trying to spread these bubblers around the root system so that all the roots get some bubbles to them. But that's about the extent of that. And I will try to take a picture of the squash. It's kind of in that ball of leaves and hard to see, so I'm not even going to try to video it. But thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.